I will say this. Fat Townie here, okay? Townie here asked, like, yo, he's like, he told me what I wanted to hear. This is the thing. And in a couple of years, we'll tell you what happened. Zinni and I, at the beginning of the year, agreed on doing something, and everybody else disagreed on doing it, okay? So Zinni and I agreed on something together, and we were fucking dead set on it being the right fucking move, okay? But we decided to go with majority, and we will never do that again. I will never do that again. But when we were like starting right after we won last weekend, I started to make, you know, when I started to ask people, I'm like, yo, should we still make a change, and should we still go after the kid? He said, yeah. And I said, I know, right? We should. Everybody else was a little bit on the fence, including the players, right, who were going to stick. And HecZ, for whatever it's worth, was not lying when he said that. I mean, JP's in here. Like, he's not lying. He was planning on just sticking with the team. When I called the coaches, and then after that, when I called fucking HecZ, like, that was that. But this guy took it upon himself to go ask certain questions to certain people without my consent. He acted alone in that. So he comes back with some info for me, and then that's when I'm like, all right, fuck it, man. We gotta do what's up. So this guy took it upon himself to ask certain questions, and then immediately I got the ball rolling. I told him, don't do that shit again without my permission. But anyway, long story short,
the kid has a
so of course the Zinni does not lack aura. So Zinni, of course, goes off and is now, it's like, yo, I'm GM now.
ton of potential.
Look at me.
He obviously already shown.
I'm GM now.
And that was
I said,
so imagine him now.
I said, look at me. No, you're not.
I just think if we're talking objectively about the roster, this move was the right move 10 out of 10 times. You have this kid who played unreal at his first ever major. No scrims, no pro reps, nothing. Goes and plays his top 3. That's a testament to Ultra as well. Great team.
Of course.
Team to slot in for.
Now, again, no one is under any circumstances just fucking claiming a guarantee change or a guarantee. No one's claiming that this is like the fucking ultimate solution and we're going to go off and fucking win a championship. We have a better chance, in my opinion now, that we don't have 2 main ARs on the same team, right? Because one main AR, Caesar operates best as a main. Dude, I hate that situation like this happens because I find myself trying to defend somebody who needs no defending. In this case, Caesar. But I agree with that. We're gonna give this a try. I'm obviously gonna be biased because it was ultimately my decision to pick the kid up. But here we are nonetheless.
So you have this kid who proves himself in a very, very short time frame. He gets called up to the pros, goes and places top 3 at a major, and now you get to put him on a team with HecZ, Dashy, and Hook. Get him some pro scrims and see how high. That's
the other thing that I told HecZ and Dashy. I'm like, you can ask both HecZ and Dashy the same way that you can ask Gump and you can ask Merc and you can ask Big Timer and you can ask Nate Shot who their godfather is, right? Who put them on, right? And Seth's always gonna say that Rambo's his. If you ask, sorry, Zinni?
Hi, this.
Sorry, there we go. You can always ask these different people who their godfather is, right? And you can ask HecZ. HecZ will often say that Seth helped them out a lot. You can talk to Dashy, and Dashy's gonna say that Formal, right? So yeah, so I told HecZ and Dashy more, right? Like I'm like, yo, Brandon, you always say that that Formal put you on and you learn a bunch of stuff from whatever. And he says, yeah, Formal's that. I'm like, well, here we go, right? You have the opportunity to maybe take this kid under your wing, and as talented as he is, there's as talented as you were, Dashy. There's still something to improve on always. Everyone can improve on something. Everything can be improved, right? So that's one of the ways that I told him, like, yo, just take this dude under your wing and have I don't want to say apprentice because that's too cheesy, but have your guy that you're sort of putting on that way, And then I told HecZ the same thing. I'm like, yo, like you guys can guide this young dude and teach them how to how to navigate these very intricate fucking lives that is being a pro gamer in an up and coming sport. Timeout. What's this talk about confidence? What's this talk about confidence? What's this talk about confidence? All right, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm thinking this thing, because I could have sworn that I saw a Mercules post with him flicking somebody off. Do you guys remember? He's like this.
Optic is now a top 3 team
on stage. On stage. What are we talking about confidence? This guy was literally fucking talking that shit on that stage. Okay, against Miami. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's Toronto. It's on Toronto Twitter. I'm not going over there. Yeah, but Harry just did it to him in the series before. Oh, well, there you go, man. Like it's there though. So
that's the goal.
I will say that because of the self-deprecating attitude that he, like I, take in our approach to content, people are discrediting how good this kid actually was, right? Because of the amount of shit talk and the overconfidence and this the zinny way, people sort of like don't give him credit for what he's done as a competitive player. The thing about this move is like what not just this move, is the thing about everything that has happened this year. Like, it didn't happen because we wanted to give ourselves the worst time trying to accomplish something that's already difficult to fucking accomplish. We didn't set out to say, yo, you know what we should do? We should break up our championship winning fucking team and then see how well we do this year. In fact, I think that we should do a musical chairs of players for the entire season and see what happens. I fail to understand how, boys, like, we're reacting to shit that's happening in real time. We are reacting to the cards that we are being dealt with, and that's all we can do. And I understand that it didn't happen as quick as other people wanted it. No change is ever going to happen as quick as you want it to, because you have to understand, like, even if you wanted to make a change on any particular time, there's still contracts that you have to go through. There's still agreements that you have to go through. There's still deal making that you have to go through. And then even then, you still have to go through your everyday work on the way to that. And you have to sit there while people shit talk you for not saying, hey, we're trying something. What are we supposed to do? We're playing with people, and you guys want us to say, good morning, Hector. I just want to say thank you sincerely for picking him up. It means a lot. Raf, I don't know if you were here earlier, but we were talking about you and your org, and Jake Hale apparently said that 25% of the people that are that came from Challengers came from your org. Anyway, long story short, you guys are doing good work over there, and I know it's not easy, and we're working on it. And by say we're working on it, I'm saying we're working on Call of Duty. Should be Call of Duty. There shouldn't be fucking divisions. Divisions is just part of the same thought and mentality that rich people who have never fucking touched a video game, business people who have never touched this video game, said, hey, we should do what traditional sports fucking do. There's a ladder that you have to climb in order to get here. Call of Duty didn't need that shit. Think about how many people like Mercules are out there that can. I mean, we still have pro players who competed in the league in Challenger. So anyway,
it's only because they just beat Surge. I mean, listen, my take on this. Obviously, our roster, even with Caesar, can go out there and beat any team on any given day.
Of course,
the best.
Look at what happened, roster. And not taking away from Mercules, but he got slotted into a very, very, very good team. You know what I'm saying? The ultra players are nothing to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are dangerous. Fucking deceives. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? That guy's fucking insane. Obviously, the issue, the Kleenex. I mean, that entire team is just nuts, right? So I'm not gonna say that I could have stepped in and we would have had to place third and shit, but you know what I'm saying. If the subject team doesn't do well with Merc, you must bring Scump back and get him. Guys, I've tried to bring Scump back so many times, just for fun. Sometimes we might be doing well. At champs, I'm like, yo, get the fuck down there, man. Play a round or two. You know what I'm saying? Just force him? Nah, you can't force anyone to do anything. It never works out. That's just human nature. You gotta make them think it's their idea. Scump is enjoying life. Yes, he is. But like everybody else in Optic, we can find things to complain about. We've turned it into an art.
You hold your head high, and I mean, this is a world champion. And I think he's a true man AR, at least for now. I think if he wants to transition into flex, that's much.
That's the other thing that has always been a question. It's like, why didn't fucking Pred just move over to flex, or why didn't we swap Kenny with this guy and that? Look, it's like, yo, they have a choice in whether or not they want to fill a role. You know what I'm saying? People are forgetting the Kenny was MVP SMG play. Yeah, that too. Well, yeah, that is obviously a fact. So I guess Kenny isn't the best example because he's just like an all around player. It sucks, man. Like I really did vibe with Kenny. Hex, can you please tell Shotzi that he doesn't have to reply to every person in his chat fishing for drama? It's getting him so much unnecessary hate. Yeah, I already told him that. Dashley finally gets his AR to match his play. Watch it turn around. Easy to spot how he plays next to Scrap and Cell. Now he got a killer by his side. Simple. Kramer, I like that. One of the things he said in the podcast that you'll get to see is that he didn't feel like he performed his best in S&D. But that was because of chemistry, because he is really, really good at S&D. From the kid's mouth himself. Let's continue.
For more money than we were competing for as pros back then. So I think the prize pool for challengers, maybe it's gone down a tiny bit over the years.
I hate this take from all the pro players. I hate this take from Nameless. Let's see what Nameless said. Hold on, because he makes good points. But I as a participant. Here we go. So it starts out, I think. Yeah, it starts out by saying that I am baffled that this is an issue. The issue is that the Challenger Scrim schedule since inception of the CDL has been 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern. If you live on the West Coast, you're starting scrims at 11 a.m. Personally, I am able to juggle both because I'm in classes in the mornings and I miss the Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday for nursing lectures. I am baffled that this is an issue until IW multiple players still were balancing school and competing. Pro players with more matches and events. I was still in school until midway Black Ops 3. Pro schedule. Scrim start at 6, 7, play 2 sets, and then you're done. Okay? Also, players quitting and roasting challengers, I will never understand. The challengers prize pool is way greater than pro prize pools back in the day. I was in school, making a little cash from video games, and felt like I was balling off online tournaments. Instead of a job, I got to game. Sure, maybe something could have come from it. The problem is that a lot of you view it instantly as a career path before accomplishing shit. It's a damn hobby dream until it becomes realistic. Be responsible. I am also not trying to dunk on you guys, and if you need advice, my DM requests are open. Good luck. Shit's a journey, but worth it. This is the same sort of conundrum that parents sort of get into it with them, right? Like you work your ass off so that your kids can have an easy upbringing, but when your kids are having an easy upbringing and they're fucking laying around on their fucking phones and not doing shit, and you get mad at them for having an easy life, you fucking gave it to them. We created this through hard work and 20 years of doing the sacrifices, playing for the love of the game. We were able to develop a community that was so big. It was so big that Activision noticed and said, we want that and we want to control that. Okay. And then when that fucking happened, salaries got bloated immediately, went through the roof. Do these people deserve to get paid as much as they're getting paid right now? Absolutely. I'm going to say nothing on that. I'm no hater. Okay. But because of what happened in 2019, that's what happened, right? So, Nameless is sort of saying, yeah, they have it too easy, but yeah, man, like you helped create this scene. And the people that are complaining right now, for example, right? Like if you had a player like Scump 20 years from now, a player that is not only the best in the fucking game, but also the most popular on online and has the most popularity, that's the sort of player that's going to get the 10, 15, $20 million contract in the future, right? But because we're building, he didn't get stuck with those salaries. Still got millions, though, somehow. Anyway.
The prize pool for challengers.
What I'll say to that is that it is a sense of like, and I don't want to say entitlement because entitlement gets used so much. In all senses, in political and in non-political, all that, but this whole shit about them scrimming, like, and all that, like, come on, man. Like, there is a level of responsibility that has to happen for these people that are here that are going to pursue this as that. Which is why you're starting to hear all this talk about collegiate Call of Duty. You're starting to hear why it'd be better because at least in that moment, you have the chance to offset it with an education.